Ladies and gentlemen, it's D-Man the Great here, and I am back today after the NBA Finals, and I am here to drop some knowledge and a review on you guys, really. So, I posted about games 1 and 2, didn't really talk too much about the game. I mean, I talked a little bit about it, but I didn't really go into details or anything. Whereas this time, I'm back again, and the Lord made a way for me, y'all. I'll say that. And I get to be here today to talk to y'all and explain that this may be in what I think was one of the worst years for basketball for me personally ever. I have learned so much and have seen the error in everyone else's way. And it makes so much sense now, so many different things, to sort of break into it. Professional wrestling, it sort of sent me into a thought process that helped me realize everything here. And with that being said, because the outpour of support and the outpour of celebrities and the fact that every single, there's been so many fucking people that have mentioned basketball this year completely. And I mean, I'm known as the basketball guy, sure, but even people that don't know me as the basketball guy mention basketball to me. And it's like, why does everybody all of a sudden give so much of a fuck now that the Knicks are going to win the championship or playing in the finals? And I'd never understood that, because nobody said a word last year when Oklahoma was gonna win, really, or even give a shit to watch the game. Same with Boston when they won 2 years ago. Nobody gave a fuck to watch them play Luka. Like, a couple people mentioned it just off of how Dallas was playing and different things of the sort, and then they proceeded to blow up that fucking championship team. Sorry to not sound like, it sounds like I'm angry. Not really angry, I'm just in an effing mood at the moment, I guess. So, to sort of explain a few different things that I have sort of figured out in here, right? Because the thing is, I was thinking maybe it's just NBC. But the sport game is up, the entire sport is up. Because the Nuggets Timberwolves got a lot of views. The Thunder and the Spurs got a lot of views. People have been watching a lot of basketball, man. Honestly. And that's the thing. So it's like, it's not just New York Knicks playing. But I don't know if it's Knicks fans watching the game because their team's going to win, if there's investment there. But there's been so many people trying to create and then pour out an outpour to the point where the President of the United States came to a game. And it's like, now, I would never be like, oh yeah, Trump this or whatever, right? But just off of that alone, there is something in the water right now. There's somebody pulling some strings behind closed doors that's getting people. Because the thing is, I'm talking less about the game. I'm talking more about the ratings discourse that has been the major factor for all these years. I might do a deep dive on that because this is supposed to be a review of Game 5. So I'm going to jump into that in just a second here. But I'm just saying, if some people must be pulling some strings, all these fucking celebrities at the game. And all the Knicks people, dick riding. You got Chalamet at every single game. And you got Stiller now at all the games. All the people that are normally there are there, but then there's just so much of a fucking outpour of celebrities. Because like the New York people, like the people known for New York, I could understand them being there and at the game. The Knicks haven't won a championship since 1973. But then there's people that are new famous, and all of these people, when the Knicks haven't done anything since the 70s, and all of these people love the fucking Knicks. And I just don't understand it. But the thing is, though, um, and the thing is, to me, the NBA championship has never meant less. But actually, that's I shouldn't say that, because that's kind of in me saying that in a way is hate. So I was like, because it sounds like hate, and I don't want to say that. But in my honest opinion, the parity, we need superstars back in its finals. Like what Victor Wembanyama did in this series, he's not a superstar. Now, Jalen Brunson played like a superstar in Game 5. He put up that 45 and clinched the championship. And they did what they did in every single game this series. It came back from a double-digit deficit to win the game. And it happened in every single game. Now that New York has won their championship, and we will be getting a new fucking champion next year. And I'm going to say it early, because I was like, maybe, just maybe. Because I was like, if I can jinx it the wrong... Like, let's see if that jinx is real. If I say the Knicks won't win the championship, maybe they'll win a second championship. But it's way too early to call, because, as soon as the season ends, everybody's like, oh, the preseason favorite is the last champion. They're going to go back-to-back. They're going to win 3 or 4 in a row. Can't nobody fuck with them. And then in this case, that's not really true. The Thunder were missing 2 of their top 5. Chet played like absolute shit, went out like a pussy. It's time for him to try to emerge into a star in the NBA, because Shea is a superstar. He didn't score under 20 points. But I'm talking about the next year and the next season. Because the thing is, this is going to be a long video, because this is review and post, motherfucker. This is my show. So, with that being said, and then this is not for children. So on my 7th anniversary, I am essentially just happy to be here and happy to talk about this game the way I talk about it, because I'm not even really talking about the game. Like, I'm gonna give a quick overview of the game. So, game went as normal. Literally every single fucking game, the Knicks came back from double digit down. Jalen Brunson has a fucking magnet on the ball. When the 4th quarter starts, his magnet turns on, and he hits every single layup, every single fucking shot he takes. If he misses in the 4th quarter, that's like hell freezing over. Literally. Then OG Anunoby and all of them get the hack when they play defense. Victor Wembanyama is too fucking big and too fucking clumsy for his own fucking good, and is stepping under people. Almost broke Brunson's ankle, and that could have turned the series on the head. But apparently Jalen Brunson is the only nigga that don't stay down when they get injured. What else is there? Mikal Bridges, and if somebody was trying to say some shit about Mikal Bridges, like, Mikal Bridges literally hit a fucking shot every time they needed him to in the series. Like, he literally, like, if it wasn't for him, they would have been down and they would have never came. Like, in all the comebacks, his stupid ass is always over there hitting the 3. Then OG is a superstar at times, at moments, at just a split second every here and there. And then the Knicks appeared at one point. I was like, shit, they're just fucking... Everybody on this fucking team is guaranteed to hit 1, 2 threes in a game. And I mean, this is one of those things, you gotta make shit happen. When you have the opportunity, you have to lock in, you have to make the decision, you have to win this championship, because you may never get a chance again. Because they showed Doc Rivers talking, and I was like, he was talking about that. Now, a lot of people won't give Doc Rivers the credit he deserves, but Doc Rivers has been there. He's been in this position. And sometimes you only get one crack at the apple, and like Boston only got one crack at the apple. So, in this case, if you only have one opportunity to win most of the time. So you gotta take advantage. And then, especially in these last couple of years, we've had a new finals matchup every year. Like the defending champion very seldom has made it to a back-to-back scenario, and the Thunder this year came the closest to going back-to-back of anybody. And they fucking rolled right out of there. So, and we're in the situation where a couple teams are one piece away. I was really, I was rooting hard for. I was hoping that Minnesota would have took the Spurs out, and then I think they could have beaten the Thunder, but they weren't as good as they were last season. So it really was a fat chance for them. But the thing is, there's other superstars in the NBA. It's like if they played in this series against the Knicks, and you give them this roster, so spot them 10 points, or get us up 10 points. Let us start the way that the San Antonio Spurs start. Like you put Shea in this sense. Shea is gonna look like the star he is. Shea would have balled out here. Anthony Edwards would have balled out here. Nikola Jokic, you replace Jokic, or you replace Wemby in the defense for Jokic in his offense, and you'd have seen just how great Mr. Jokic is. And that's what I'm saying. Because the thing is, right when the game was ending, I was watching a video that included Giannis, and he was just Giannis, of course. And I was like, people really take this type of shit for granted, how amazing some of these players are. And it's like, that was the thing we're missing, is on the biggest stage, we need our superstars back. Because Victor Wembanyama, like I said, was not a superstar. Jalen Brunson was a superstar, but Jalen Brunson is not that marquee name. Jalen Brunson is great, but he is not the guy, not the name. And they hold me on that fucking dunk right there. That shit pissed me the fuck off. I remember this shit, because this is an old fucking video. And then I'm gonna talk, because y'all gotta see me turn up and hoop on these motherfuckers, because my beginning of the game stats wasn't that great, but I made a major comeback in the second half on that shit. Y'all see me take a little bit of wild shots, and then they tried to hold me on a few different things in that first half. But y'all gonna see a major comeback. But as I was saying, but all in all, this game was quite the game. I like this one a lot. I was able to finally lock in. I haven't been able to sit down and really lock in too much to basketball this season. It's been a quite the year, I should say. And with that being said, congratulations to the motherfucking New York Knicks, baby. That's a 53-year drought from winning a championship. And I honestly, I'm a Cleveland sports fan. I'm only 27 years old. I couldn't fathom 53 years of my team not winning, or being that. Or then the thing is, they were bottom feeders for a solid 30 of them bitches at that as well. How? So they were bottom feeders for a solid 30 years of this entire run. So the thing is, the league been around for 79 years. This will be the 80th season coming up, I think, this year or next year. So the NBA 80 is coming up soon. And it's been quite the run. And shit, Boston has won 7. Boston was 18. Boston's won 18. The Lakers have won 17. So that's like a quarter of all the fucking championships in the history of the sport. Then if you subtract the 6 years, because we won an NBA 73. So if we won the NBA 73 and we had 17 at year 73, that just goes to show you. Shit, Boston had 11 at year 20 something. Boston had what, 8, 9, 10? That was about 11, 9 or 10, because they won like 68, 69 type shit. So it's like they had like 9 rings in year 10. Ain't that a bitch? So just goes to show you, the NBA has been dominated historically by superstars. And then we've had parity for the 7 years that I have been here. The last 8 NBA champions have all been different teams. since D-Man the Great has been a thing on YouTube, the Raptors have won the championship, first time ever. The Lakers won a championship after a 10-year drought, and their worst stretch in team history. 6 years straight of missing the playoffs. Then you have the Milwaukee Bucks after literally a 50-year drought to win the championship. The Warriors came back for one more token run. 2022. 2023, the Denver Nuggets get their first championship in franchise history, playing 4, 8, 7 seeds throughout. I think the best team they probably played through their run was probably the Suns. I mean, the Suns weren't better than the Lakers as a team. It's just the best team to play. The Nuggets were specifically had whatever it took to beat the Lakers. So I think the Suns did a better job in that particular season of playing. But all in all, that doesn't really matter. Fuck them anyway. That's why they fucking lost the last 3 years. 2024, Boston Celtics. Particularly odd run. They played injury depleted Cleveland team. Dallas in the finals. Not really too much to write home about. A lot of people say that's the weakest championship this century, which is insane to say. And then on top of that, here we go to 2025. Oklahoma City Thunder play a relatively smooth run through the playoffs. They end up beating the Nuggets in 7. They beat the Timberwolves in 6. They played Indiana Pacers, who appeared to have the magic touch to win the championship. But Tyrese Halliburton tore his Achilles right when he was starting to get going in Game 7, and that was the end of the series in this regard. So yeah, it's a whole lot of choppers on your ass, boy, I tell you. But it's so we're going to a new era. This is a new era, NBA. There's they talk about motherfucking parity. This is parity, baby. This is parity. People talked about parity. Oh, we need parity in the NBA. Oh, we need this. Oh, we need that. Oh. No, this is parity, my guy. There's been a couple potential teams that could have repeated, like the Lakers in 2021 could have repeated without injury to Anthony Davis and Solomon Hill. The Bucks were good enough to where they could have competed, but they kind of flamed out early. Chris Middleton hasn't really been healthy since they won the championship. The Denver Nuggets, using them as an example, their roster sort of depleted that next season, and then they had a Minnesota team that specifically is designed to defeat them that they played. If they got to potentially play the Wemby and them, it could have been a pretty good series, because like I said, Denver didn't play that well this year. They could have went back to back though. Then you have the Boston Celtics could have went back to back, but the Knicks happened. But then the Knicks also as well, Jason Tatum tore his Achilles in that series. Then that kind of fucked this season and sunk that ship for their back-to-back hopes. So it kind of nuked their next 2 seasons. Then he had a calf strain, had to sit out this season in the Game 7 when they needed him to play the most. And then the Thunder, obviously, they just flamed out and then weren't really healthy all year. So, unfortunately, with a lot of these rosters, a lot of these teams, sometimes luck is not on your side. And then when you have your chance, you have your run, you got to execute, you got to win that championship. Like, if you look at some of the teams that lost, like Miami lost those 2. And then Jimmy finally went Jimmy again, blew up the team. And then they got smoked by the Cavaliers in the first round at the 8th seed. Then they're trying to be hard asses. Oh, we're not paying this guy this. Oh, we're not doing this. And you wonder why you don't win the fucking championship. Everybody that's won the championship has bought in on something. Like, the Thunder pulled off a steal of all time with the Paul George shit. Shout out to Kawhi for their championship. Kawhi ruined the Raptors window because they were great in 2020. They could have repeated if Kawhi was still there. But he decided he wanted to go and play in LA and Glory Hound and ended up getting shit for it. And then the crazy shit about it, there's so many people from those Toronto teams that are key pieces on championship rosters right now. Like you look at what Toronto was with Pascal Siakam, and then what Indiana did last year, almost winning the championship. You got OG Anunoby on this year's Knicks, and last year's Knicks, and the year before that. So yeah, it's all, everything sort of comes together. Danny Green, he left and won a couple. He picked a couple good right teams in a row, won him a couple rings. So it's like there's so much shit that goes into this. Kyle Lowry on the 76ers hasn't been that successful, but they had their best run in years this season. And then that was the thing. So the rogues gallery of opponents people have had. But you know what? Now it's a situation of you gotta come through and you gotta execute when it's time to execute. There's a few holes on a few different rosters that if they could plug this hole, plug that hole. And then that's the thing too, it might be time. Now, the thing about San Antonio is they're still really, really young. Now, De'Aaron Fox shouldn't be the guy on the roster still. But De'Aaron Fox shouldn't be the guy on the roster still. But at the end of everything, is going to come down to you got to make the right decisions in the front office. And sometimes you got to be patient, like New York was patient. New York was patient. They took care of business. So really, you want to execute where you have to execute. And that's pretty much the moral of the story today. Is when the time comes, you have to be ready to get this job done because you may not have another opportunity. So the thing is, the Spurs, is for the San Antonio Spurs, the loser in this series, Dagger. But the loser in this series, you have to make a major comeback. Now, you don't have to run for it all this year, but you have the opportunity to come back. You have to execute that opportunity. Same with the New York Knicks. Now, the New York Knicks, they can stay the same, run it back, and then see what happens. If you don't win, maybe you could get a guy here or there, get another guy, bring somebody in, maybe you'll win then. But without further ado, I thank you guys for another year, a happy season, and the very last review and post until next NBA Finals. I thank you for listening to this because I really didn't talk about the game all that much because fuck the game. All right. I'll catch you guys later.